Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Eastern Kentucky experienced heavy rainfall and several tornado warnings yesterday.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning and a happy Friday to you, Mountain family. My name is Amelia Lee here with you on this April 4th, and the time is now 5 o'clock, which means it is time to check on in with meteorologist Megan Dusmal on this first alert weather day. And I know, Megan, we had tornado warnings yesterday, some tornado watches as well. Tell us, what can we expect for our day ahead?
Well, this morning we're looking at some storms in the area, seeing several lightning strikes across the western portion of our viewing area. Here's a look at that live pinpoint Doppler radar. Really seeing some heavy rain, especially as you're traveling more towards the north of the region. I mean, we're seeing portions of even Lawrence County, seeing some thunder and lightning even as you're traveling down to Rockcastle County. It's kind of that long stretch, but as we're going through the next couple hours, it will be lightening up a little bit, but then we have more chances as we head into this afternoon, tonight, and then as you're heading into Saturday night. So more chances of rain are on the way. Here's what you need to know in terms of temperatures, though. Overall, we're sitting pretty warm for our more southeastern counties, even hitting 77 degrees in Harlan at this moment. Now, it's a little bit chillier as you're heading more towards the north, seeing a lot of those 50s pop out where we've seen that rain and are still seeing that rain today. Now, here's a look at those forecast highs for today. As I mentioned, with the current temperatures, you're kind of following that same trend with it being a little bit cooler as you're traveling to the places that have had that rain and have seen the rain, and looking warmer as you're traveling more towards the south. 87 degrees for that forecast high in Middlesboro. Here's how the next 12 hours will play out. We'll see those temperatures warm up. We'll hit the high temperature around that 5 o'clock mark today. Amelia.
Thank you, Megan. Well, flooding was reported in parts of Pulaski County with more rain on the way. Jessica Umbro checked in with people living there. They say they have a plan in place if water gets too high.
On Clay Hill Road to the east of Somerset, you can really see the impact that this flooding has had. That's supposed to be a road sign, but you can barely see it because the floodwaters are quickly rushing towards it. The Brinsons have lived with their backs to Pittman Creek for nearly 2 decades. Son Travis and parents Jerry and Barbara say on a nice summer day, you can sit out on the back porch and hear the creek run. The family says they keep their eye to the sky, hoping that the creek doesn't rise.
With any more rain coming in, as saturated as the ground is, it's going to keep on rising.
In the past, the waters eclipsed what the Brinsons say they've seen lately.
You always have to worry of coming into the house if it gets up that high, but I can't remember what year it was when it got up to about the windmill area down there.
For now, they say they feel safe and secure, and they're listening to weather reports closely.
Best way we can prepare for it and keep an eye on it, see if we need to evacuate or not, but so far so good.
They're looking forward to when nicer weather brings back their front row seat to a more peaceful Pittman Creek.
With more rain approaching this weekend, the Floyd County Sheriff's Office has military-grade trucks ready to go in case of an emergency. Parts of the county are already experiencing high waters and impassable roads. Sheriff John Hunt explains how these military-grade trucks are ready to jump into action.
They're here for our use during what we thought might be impending bad weather coming again. So, but in the last day or so, we've been getting them ready and getting them stocked with supplies, and here we are, waiting it out.
Well, the Sheriff's Office says they have a total of 3 military trucks that are ready to go out in case of any emergency. They say they don't own the trucks, but are able to use them as needed to help out. Some other areas were hit hard yesterday by severe storms, including Estill County. Trees fell on homes, parts of the Kentucky River experienced flooding, and some were left without power. First responders know there could be more to come.
We still do have more severe threats today and possibly tomorrow, and you know, who knows, into the weekend. So we just want people to stay aware of the weather. I know it's going to be a tough few days, but stay aware, keep yourself safe.
Emergency management officials say they were up throughout the night getting reports of damage and will continue to stay on high alert in the days to come. Some roads in Laurel County were flooded yesterday afternoon. London Fire Department officials reported Tobacco Road and portions of East 4th Street were impassable. They are urging everyone not to travel through moving water.
Severe storms and heavy rain forecasted is leaving parts of Kentucky and Leslie County officials on alert, preparing for any amount of rising water.
After going through what we went through just recently, and then all of a sudden had this back on us again.
Leslie County, along with many other parts of the region, have been through flooding more than once. And unfortunately, it has not been that long since the last disaster. With that in mind, officials say it is better to go into a situation prepared.
When you get that announcement about high water, your mind goes, all right, we got to get started on this.
Officials in Leslie County say they are preparing for any weather event, and members in potential hazardous areas should too.
High waters have led to extensive damage in the past to Leslie County, and officials say that folks that live on Kentucky 257 know it all too well, as river waters have nearly reached the road in the past, causing them to be trapped in their homes.
The Thousand Sticks Fire Department has worked with Kentucky Fish and Wildlife in the past to deliver supplies to families by boat. But officials in Leslie County say they need a boat of their own.
And we desperately need one. In the situation that we're in here, we desperately need a boat.
With the reoccurrence of high water, officials say a boat is essential for their community.
We kind of forget about it when it's not flooding, but when it floods down through there, we definitely need a boat.
Officials say they are in the process of applying for a grant, so they no longer have to depend on others for water rescue. But for now, they say they are ready for any kind of severe weather that comes their way. In Leslie County, McKinley Calandrino, WYMT Mountain News.
Officials say it is important to have plenty of drinking water, food, and possibly a backup generator in case of an emergency. Well, parts of Louisville were also hit hard by last night's storms. One of the hardest hit areas was Jeffersontown. Aerial footage shows roofs ripped off large buildings and debris scattered everywhere. No deaths were reported. The mayor of Louisville declared a state of emergency. He said floodgates near the Ohio River are going up in preparation for incoming flooding. Officials with the National Weather Service say because of recent staffing cuts, they likely won't confirm some tornadoes in the Commonwealth for days. They say storm crews won't be able to send staff out to do any damage surveys until after severe weather moves out. The agency did not say if the staffing issues were caused by cuts by the Trump administration's Department of Government Efficiency. Well, here are some photos we received from folks impacted by severe weather in eastern Kentucky. This is a picture from a viewer out of Breathitt County. High water caused issues in the Kurt Road area of Jackson. And here is a picture out of Lee County. This one was taken by the judge executive in the Crestmont Road area. We understand that a local state of emergency was declared for that county. Well, thank you for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Spring is here, and as a flower blooms, a changing planet is changing plans so that your favorite rose comes a little earlier this year.
And we are tracking more rain and storms in eastern Kentucky for the following days to come.